You know, Spy X Family, Spy and Family has been a really wholesome and joyous anime, but we keep forgetting the dark past of these characters. Anya is still pretty young, so her past is right now. You know what I'm saying? Like her childhood. But here you can see that Loid, prior to this, before enlisting, he lost his mom, he lost his dad, he lost his friends. Well, he thought he lost his friends, but he eventually does it anyways. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen episode 3 of season 3 of Spy X Family. And so it's just sad to see how dark war can turn someone into. And so this was actually extremely, like an extremely different pace. It just felt really off. It felt darker, gloomier, because it is. War is never gonna be, like a great thing, it's never. It never, and so it just makes sense. It just makes sense that Loid became one of the greatest assassins, one of the best, the top guys when it comes to espionage or, you know, being covert. Is that what it's called? Yeah. I can't. Man, my brain is fried right now. I don't know, man. Holy shit. I didn't go through the war, but oh shit. My past is filled with a lot of dumb decisions. And so it all comes full circle. And like I was saying earlier, it just feels so fucking weird, man. Because in general, Spy X Family is filled with like gun violence and violence, and stuff like this. But then at the end of the day, it's like really wholesome. You know what I'm saying? Just Anya's funny, seeing Loid and Gal. What was her name again? Gal. What was her name? Holy shit, bro! My dementia. No, this can't be happening. This can't be happening. Come back to me. Come back to me, knowledge. So there's Loid, then there's Anya, and then there's Bond, and then there's that one chick. Bro, she has not been on yet. Like the mom, right? The mom. What's her name? Damn it. Anya, Loid. Shit. Okay, but there's her. All right. God damn. I'm gonna have to look it up later. I'm gonna have to look her up, bro. Oh my god. It's just terrible when you forget shit. But anyways. Here, you can see his whole bro. That's insane, bro. Like just him sitting on stacks of dead bodies. That just goes hard. That hits different compared to what we see him, enjoying his little family with Anya and and Bond, and it's just such a huge contrast to what we're used to. So yeah, to me, this just hit real different, hit real dark. It was really ominous. And then when you translate it to real life, you realize how shit it really is. I'm privileged enough to not be in a war-torn, country like the United States. But at the same time, there's war. If you just turn on the fucking news, it's all over the fucking news, man. There's war left and right, and it just fucking sucks. And then at the end of the day, it's like, bro, I can understand why Loid is so hell-bent, full of anger and rage. But of course, within the anime, he seems pretty chill, but he really isn't. He has a lot of animosity and really just wants peace. Just stop with the bullshit. Stop with the weird, justification to go to war. And I think we should just all become spies at this point. You know what I'm saying? Get the real, see who's really pulling the strings. Because yeah, man, it just sucks that war has to exist.